All right, so 10 things that men can do to improve themselves. We're actually not going to talk about 10 things, but 10 things sounds better. So, last video was about heartbreak for men and how to deal with loss. So I think it's only necessary and appropriate. Now this video, the next one, is about 10 things that you can do to improve yourself. So, a little recap of the last video. Basically, it just talked about addictions and heartbreak and what it is and how to figure out your issues, how to get better, and all that sort of thing. So, if you're dealing with that, I'll link the video in the description. Now, this video is going to be about 10 things you can do to improve yourself. So, I'm pretty sure I've done most of these. Yeah, so I've done all of these, and they've helped a lot from personal experience, and they've helped a lot of other people too. Like last video, I like to mention entrepreneurs in cars and law and Alpha M. They kind of talk about these things as well, so I kind of took some ideas from them. For example, V Taper, I took that from entrepreneurs in cars, right? So you know, I'm not taking all the credit for it, but they're definitely great channels. So I listed them in my, actually, no, I didn't list them. I listed entrepreneurs of cars in my last video in the description, but you can just search them out, search them up. Alpha M, Teaching Men's Fashion, Entrepreneurs in Cars, really easy things to remember. Okay. Anyways, so in the last video, we went over, not picking up an addiction. So before we even start anything, do not pick up an addiction if you're going through that sort of sadness kind of thing. Working out, getting a hobby, going out with friends, listening to podcasts, watching motivational speeches, the 3 channels I mentioned, dressing better, invest in yourself, meditation, take time to figure out how you're feeling. Remember, everybody is replaceable. Read some books, get a job, get financially smarter. And I introduced 2 books. So Financially Smarter, I introduced The Richest Man in Babylon, and then Make New Friends, How to Win Friends and Influence People. So now we're going to get into these 18 topics that I came up with quickly. So the first one is a V-taper. So essentially what a V-taper is, it's sort of like a shoulder to waist sort of ratio. You know how like for women they have the shoulder waist hip ratio. So a V-taper is basically the same thing but for men. So for example, let's just search up V-taper. So yeah, here we have some quick pictures of a V-taper. Of course, this guy's fucking ripped, man. Like you don't have to do this. Well, obviously, this is probably better unless you take it to an insane extreme. But that's sort of what I mean. So I don't have a V taper right now. I can stand up. I mean, kind of, maybe, but it's not that extreme. But essentially, a V taper goes hand in hand with working out. Just lifting weights, losing body fat, doing abs, chest, shoulder, back. So that gives you a nice V, right? You're working out your back muscles, they come up, your chest, your shoulders, biceps, triceps, all of that shit. Make sure you don't forget legs. You don't want to end up looking like a fucking buck chicken. So, that goes hand in hand with working out. So, when you want to improve yourself, you kind of got to think of it like what kind of version you are of yourself. Like, I know Entrepreneurs in Cars says this as like a 1 to 10. You could do that sort of thing, or you could just say like, I feel bad about myself. I don't think it can be the very best. I don't think I'm striving to be the best person or better than I was yesterday. So a lot of people say that, be better than what you were yesterday, but I think I think that's bullshit. Honestly, that's my honest opinion. You're not going to improve in one day. Like you will not improve in one day. It's going to be short-lived. You're going to spend 5 or maybe a week. I was going to say 5 days or a week of doing like a consistent new sleep schedule, for example, or like a workout schedule, and then you're going to give up. And that happens a lot. It takes a lot of will to actually go through with a sleep schedule. So, or like a whole new reinventation of yourself. So for example, for the past 2, 3, maybe 4 months, I've been what's it called? Waking up at 5 in the morning, reading at 6. Well, I stopped reading at 6, or eating breakfast in the morning and working out at 7 to 7:30 and getting ready for class, showering, brushing my teeth, moisturizing, taking care of myself, grooming myself. So there have been many times during those 3, 4 months where I just didn't. Like I'll spend like 3 or 4 days like waking up at, I don't know, 7, 8 p.m., sometimes even 10, because like it's hard. It's hard to sort of stay in that sort of new thing because it's so sudden. Like I changed it suddenly. I know my brother's working towards the same thing and he's taking it slower. Like he started waking up at 7:30, then 7, then 6:30. Of course, he still hasn't reached the 5 a.m. mark yet, but it's probably much better to do it that way than it is to just do it suddenly, unless you have like that sort of will. Because I know my brother, he knows that he can't just change like that. So he takes a different approach to get what he wants, and that's really smart. So you gotta really figure out how that is for your situation. So next three is you can improve your style. So right now I'm not exactly dressed amazing. I'm wearing my fucking high school rugby shirt, my birthday watch, and a little bracelet sort of thing, but my signature beanie. But you gotta change your style. I mean, if you want to improve yourself, you gotta really think about what you're trying to go for. So if you're trying to go for like a more sharper look, maybe you can get like a dress shirt. I got a few dress shirts the other day for my birthday, which was like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Happy late birthday to me. Um, or like you can get like a new pants or a new I don't know, a new watch, maybe a new necklace or a new jacket, new hat, new something, new shoes, new socks. I don't know. Just change up your style. If you're trying to go for something more casual, more streetwear, maybe you can get an oversized hoodie, something you really feel comfortable, confident, and good in, and that is what's going to make you feel much better about yourself. So next thing is a watch. Honestly, I guess this is more subjective. I love watches. I got myself an Orient Ray 2. Let me just pull up a picture of an Orient Ray 2. I discussed it in my old video, but in my last video, but it's essentially this watch. It's really nice. Right now I'm wearing, oh, I forgot what it's called. It's a Michael Kors watch. It's not exactly like the most fantastic watch, but but it looks nice and I like it. And that's what's important, right? You can obviously get like a movement watch if you want, or like a Vincero. They're not good value for money. Like, I don't mean to disrespect any companies, but I just, if you whatever, you just get whatever you feel good in. That's what I'm trying to get across the video. So next thing that I did was I got a job. So I started working at my local grocery store. Get some what's called passive income in, right? I mean, I had no money. I had $3 in my bank account. My first paycheck was it was pretty good. It was pretty good, honestly. I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty good. So minimum wage in Canada is pretty high, $14.25 Canadian per hour, and I'm 17, making $14.25. That's more than some adults make in fucking the States because their minimum wage is garbage, right? So you gotta really work with what you have. Get a job that's also good for responsibility, also good for experience, also good for talking, especially if you're in like customer service. So for me, I have to talk to a lot of customers and I have to deal with a lot of pissed off customers. And you know what? It's just good. It's just good for like character development, sort of. I get to deal with like pissed off people all the time, and that helps me out a lot and helps my confidence and ability to speak better. So another thing is have a plan. So this goes back to maybe changing up your sleep schedule, where maybe you'll set like goals. So this week I'm gonna wake up at 6. Next week I'm gonna wake up at 5:30, and then 5, or maybe 7:30, and so forth. Um, that's important to have a plan, to have a goal, because once you lose sight of a goal, you start doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you don't get anywhere. So you need to have a plan. You need to have a goal. 8 is a journal. So I don't have a journal personally. Well, I mean, I kind of do. I did for a little while, but I haven't written in there for a little while. But in a journal, you can write about what you did today, how you improved. You could set goals for tomorrow, and then the next day you can talk about if you did the goals, why didn't you, what helped you do it, what stopped you, if you got better, or what you did to get better. And you can also do like affirmations. I don't really believe affirmations work. I mean, you could definitely like remind yourself of your goals in the morning, but I don't believe saying like I'm this, I'm strong, I'm going to be this. Like maybe it'll work, but I don't know. I feel like that's more on, I don't like maybe like a selling point for like a company, and they'll sell you like a fucking mug that says I'm a superstar or some bullshit like that. So anyways, get a journal. Definitely good for you. Definitely a good way to keep track of your progress and all of that. So 9, talk to women. So of course this channel is geared towards straight men. Obviously, you don't have to be a straight man. You can be a gay man or something, talk to men or some shit, I don't know. Just do something to get your confidence up, especially talking to things that usually make you nervous, right? I'm not going to be honest. Sometimes I'll be nervous talking to a really hot chick, or sometimes I won't. So talking to women, this could be like, I don't know, like maybe getting some new connections, networking with your friends. Go like, hey, can you hook me up with this person or some shit like that? Or if you have a job, talking to women can be angry, pissed off customers, or maybe the really hot coworker that you have. It could also be going on like Omegle, talking to strangers. Honestly, the TikTok tag on Omegle has a lot of fucking chicks on there. You could go do that. So that personally has helped me a lot in improving myself in my conversation skills. So the next thing I have is setting goals. I'm also trying to go a little bit faster because my last video went to 36 fucking minutes and that's long. So setting goals, this goes hand in hand with a journal and having a plan. So this is more specific. It could be like, by the end of this week, I want to have done this, this, and this. I want to have been able to wake up consistently at 5 in the morning, eating breakfast, eating healthy, or maybe lose 2 pounds or some shit like that. But also, you gotta be realistic, right? A lot of people say shoot for the stars so that you land on the moon if you don't make it, but that's just stupid. All right, you're never gonna get to the star if you're focusing on getting to the moon. Like, oh, you know what I'm trying to say? So you also got to be realistic in this. The world doesn't work like a fantasy Disney movie. You're not gonna be flying across the fucking country, like across the fucking world in 5 minutes on a flying carpet, right? That's not gonna happen. You have to be realistic. So maybe it could be, instead of waking up at 5 in the morning and eating breakfast and working out consistently for a month, it could be waking up at 5 in the morning, eating breakfast, and trying to work out consistently, and maybe making up if you like skip something, because we're human, right? We make mistakes. Sometimes we'll not want to do things, and I guess it comes down to your will and your self-control, your discipline. But it's just natural, I guess. You can't expect to be perfect. We're not perfect. So anyways, next is sleep. Sleep is very important. I sometimes don't get that much sleep. Sometimes I could stay up really late, like 11, 12 a.m. and wake up at 5. I'll have 5 hours of sleep. Or sometimes I can't sleep because I'll be energetic, or I'll wake up at 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning, and then I won't be able to fall back asleep. But it's really important. Honestly, it is really important for like a really good work habit. So anyways, eat healthier. I mean, this is just self-explanatory. When you're eating healthy, your skin's gonna get lighter, you're gonna be more energetic, you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna look better, you're gonna feel healthier, you're gonna feel more confident in yourself, you're gonna feel good in your own skin. So eating healthy is just something that, first of all, has good health effects, but it also has really good side effects, right? So eat healthy. 13 is go out. All right, so basically, okay, you got to be careful with this one. You don't want to go out too much, right? Because then you start losing time for your goals, right? Go out maybe on the weekends, or 2 times a week, 3, 4 times a week. 4 might be even too much, but by going out, I mean like going out to a restaurant or something. First of all, you're wasting money, you're spending money, and that adds up. You can spend $5 a day, and by the end of the month, you'll be spending what's 5 times 30, $150, right? So be careful with going out, but going out can also be going on a walk, and that's good. That's really good for you. So hanging out with your friends. Basically, what I mean by this is when you're with your friends, your morality is really high, right? You're super happy. I love spending time with my friends. I mean, I love spending time with my friend Nick, my friend Zaid, and my friends Tudor Maria. Like, they're all amazing people, right? I honestly love it. Like, whenever I'm sad, I'll hit them up. I'll go like, yo, do you guys want to hang out? Do you guys want to play basketball? We go out, we play basketball, we talk, we chit chat, we have like deep conversations. It's really helpful for you as a person, and it's really helpful for your self-confidence, right? And also your just basic happiness, basic needs. As we're humans, we're social creatures, right? So 15 is read. I haven't finished reading all the books that I have, but I should get back on that, and I know I will eventually. That's really bad thinking. I'll start today. But reading. So reading is really good, because when you're reading, especially like an autobiography, you're taking someone else's experiences and you kind of have that knowledge. It's kind of like having a past life, except you remember all the lessons, and you can apply that to your own life. You don't make the same mistakes, and you won't fuck up as much, right? So it's definitely good to read, and it's definitely good to apply other people's life experiences and learn from them, because you can learn from your mistakes, or you can learn from other people's mistakes, and you choose what you want to fucking do. So 16, manage your finances. Be smart about your money. First of all, that makes you 20 times more fucking attractive. If you're hanging out with someone and they're like, oh shit, look at these $600 shoes, and you're like, nah, fuck that. Like, that's smart. Why the fuck would you spend $600 on shoes? Like, unless you have $10,000, okay, then maybe it's acceptable to buy a pair of $600 shoes. But no, that's not. That's so fucking stupid. Especially if you're working a minimum wage job, busting your ass off. No, put those $600 into a stock, multiply that money, and boom, you're better. You're much better. You don't need $600 shoes. You can buy fucking $50 shoes at Payless and get some somewhat decent quality that can maybe last you a year. Okay, maybe the $600 shoes will last you 5 years, but at the same time, their value fucking goes down the moment you start wearing them and you start creasing them and they get dirty. So, and they start smelling bad. So it's not, you got to be really smart. Is what I'm trying to say with your finances. You could also start investing. So we'll get into that later. Be independent. So have some sort of independent life. If you're in a relationship, have your own independence. Do not get too attached. Trust me, do not get too attached. You do not want to go down that path. But basically, being independent can be having your own source of income. It could mean having your own alone time. Being lonely and being alone are two different things. Entrepreneurs in Cars covers that. You could just search up Entrepreneurs Alone and Lonely and you'll find the video. Entrepreneurs in Cars Alone and Lonely and you'll find the video. But you got to be able to spend time alone and really focus and really think and really kind of meditate and think about like what you want or what you are, who you are, and what you can do and how you can improve. And it's really enlightening, call it, to kind of be able to do that. So it's definitely something that I really recommend for you guys to give it a nice little try, give it a shot. So next is get a hobby you enjoy and invest in it. You got to be careful with this one too. So get a hobby. It could be skateboarding, it could be playing guitar, it could be watches. I like watches. It's a little hobby. I also like playing guitar. I used to skateboard, I don't anymore, but it could also be looking at stock markets, trying to reading books and that sort of thing, and invest in it. I mean, fuck, invest in it, because that's gonna make you much better. It's gonna make you more knowledgeable in a different space, and you can capitalize on that, right? It's almost something that you are not losing out most of the time, right? But you also got to be smart in what you can afford too, because you don't want to go invest in something you can't afford, like collecting $600 shoes, unless you're planning on flipping them over, which I guess is okay, but then you can't wear those shoes. So what's the point? All right. I mean, okay, I guess the point is to make money, but I mean, if it's something you really like, are you really going to just be able to look at your favorite shoes there in front of you and not wear them? Right? So you got to be really smart with it, and you also have to be have enough self-control to not ape in so much money to where you don't have any more money to spend or any more money in your bank account or in your savings. So just be your best self. If you can say that you are 2 times better than you were last month, then you're on the right path. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys fucking success. I love all of you guys, and boom. See you guys another day. Bye-bye.